Going the distance with local sports. Covering the Loretto Mustangs, Summertown Eagles, and Lawrence County Wildcats. Basketball, football, baseball, and more. This is the xSports Network.
And welcome everybody here to Denver Trapp Field, a part of the Lawrence County Invitational Tournament here, as Summertown will be taking on Spring Hill for this 3:30 matchup. AJ Good alongside Timmy Kenning here on the xSports Network, bringing you tonight's action. Summertown will be the visiting team in batting first, and Spring Hill will be the home team for this afternoon's contest. Taking a look at the Eagle lineup, Grayson Burleson leading off at first, Gavin Burleson batting second at short, Jake Smith at second base in the 3-hole, Zach Staggs, a designated hitter. In the cleanup spot, Weston Pigg in left field batting fifth. Batting sixth, the pitcher, Kane Kenning. At the seventh spot, the catcher, Bradley Weisner. Matthew Lufflin batting eighth, playing third base. Harrison Gobble will be in center field tonight, or I should say this afternoon, Timmy, for tonight's game. And Summertown, as we talked a little bit off here, a little bit struggling when it comes offensively. What do you want to see them do coming out in this game this afternoon?
I think we got to get the bat started early, AJ. We've just not been doing it. We did go over Lewis County the other night, scored the only 2 runs we scored in the game in the first inning. We left bases loaded last night twice. Once with 1 out, once with no outs. Scored 1 run with bases loaded last night, and they walked a run in. We just can't move runners right now with our bottom part of our lineup. Jason has mixed it up again. I know on the lineup, which you probably ain't seen many of this year, he is moving stuff around. Different players on the field tonight than what we've been seeing, different positions. Then he does have Grayson playing first tonight. Grayson's been playing shortstop. Did roll his ankle last night in a slide at second base. So he's a little gimp. I think he's moved him over to first to keep his bat in the lineup. So
Grayson will be leading off here, as you mentioned, at first base, but followed by Gavin and Jake Smith. Will be 1, 2, 3. They'll be facing off with the lefty and Kyle Woodridge for today's game. Summertown coming in 6-7 overall, 0-1 within the district. Spring Hill 10-4 overall and 2-2 within their district. Woolrich gets ready here, toes the rubber, stands right in the middle, and here's the first offering to Grayson Burleson. That is blown away for ball 1. In a cold afternoon, a lot of cloud cover out here and a lot of wind. Certainly not ideal conditions for anyone that's got to play more than 1 game.
Yeah, we've got 2 back-to-back here in this weather, so done the same thing last night, AJ. Played 2 back-to-back last night in the cold, so
something you got to get used to. It's one of these early April games. You never know. When you're in the South, you never know what kind of weather you're going to have the early part of the season. The 2-0 delivery. Grayson sends this one over the third, scoops it up, throws over, and that one's going to get away. Grayson going to make his way over to second, so an error is going to put Grayson Burleson on second base, a runner in scoring position, and that will bring up his big brother Gavin.
I like to see Gavin get hot with the bat. His swings ain't looked good this year yet. He's hit a couple solid in the games, but most of it hadn't been. He's going to have to learn to go the other way a little bit, in my opinion. I think he's struggling with it. They're throwing him on the outside corner, and he's struggling driving the ball that direction.
I think a little rust since came in, basically had a week in between a week between basketball and baseball season.
Yeah.
Woolrich here gets a sign, toes the rubber, checks Grayson. Not a big lead over at second. The first pitch, that one's low and in for ball 1. Field looks like it's in decent condition, even though it's cold and windy.
And field's in good shape.
Yeah. Woolrich comes set, checks Grayson at second. Here comes the 1-0. This one's hit high and away. Not bad contact, but it goes away for strike 1.
That's that pitch is down the way that he's struggling with a little bit right now. I'd like to see him get on it and hit it down this third baseline.
Got the third baseman playing even with the bag. First baseman playing deep. And the middle infielder's playing about normal depth. The 1-1. Breaking ball hits the outside corner for strike 2. Outfielders playing straight up as well. This ballpark a little bit as the second umpire makes his way into the game. We thought we were working with just one here today, but number 2 finally makes his way. Better late than never.
Yeah, just kind of jogs on out into his position.
Here's the 1-2. And the bunt, beautifully laid down by Gavin.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough play for the left-handed pitcher.
And a good play by Woolridge gets him over, but Grayson Burleson moves over here to third base, and now we got a runner on third with the 1 out for the second baseman and Jake Smith.
I think Coach Burleson's arguing that a little bit with the umpire. I think he just showed up, one pitch, one play, he calls an out there. So,
same umpire and the same crew that we had for Lawrence County Richland at 3:30. Sometimes he's, even on the weekends, getting here for these 3:30 games, a little bit difficult, but he made it for the second batter, which is better late than never. First pitch, a breaking ball, and Jake Smith fouls it off his ankle for strike 1. Done that a few times. That doesn't feel good in this weather.
No.
My shins and my ankles still haven't recovered for all those ones I fouled off.
Jake's been solid, hitting some balls solid here the last couple of games, so he's moved around the lineup, got him up in the 3-hole now just because of that. But
the 0-1 delivery from Woolridge. Fastball high and away for ball 1. So far, Woolridge trying to figure out how to work out the mound and work out a new surrounding. This is mainly the Babe Ruth field and the middle school field for E.O. Kaufman and for the Lawrenceburg community. The 1-1. Breaking ball over the plate but low, and that will go to 2 balls, 1 strike. Thing's got a lot of hook on it there, Timmy. That's
coming out of his left hand. We seen this kid at Spring Hill when we played him there. It was basically the same thing. We struggled with him a little bit there because of that hook.
Here's a 2-1 delivery. Breaking ball, and that one's over, and that evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one that's more of a slider looking there, or more of a cutter than a straight breaking ball.
That one stayed a little flatter. Didn't have the drop to the other one.
Comes the 2-2. Low fastball, and the count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jake working the count here, having a battle with Woolridge, looking to knock in the runner. Infield, though, playing straight back. They're going to allow any run the score here on any ball that's hit on the ground. The full count delivery. Swing and a miss, and that will be the second out of the inning. Now bring up the designated hitter, and Zach Staggs here with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Grayson Burleson led off the game with an error from the third baseman and made his way all the way to second, was moved over from Gavin. Jake Smith struck out. Now Staggs has a chance here to get a 2-out RBI. And the first pitch from Woolridge. Fastball fouled back onto the football field for strike 1.
Of course, Staggs in the DH position here. He's one of our catchers. Our catchers has been swapping that role back and forth. As Bradley catches, he DHs. If Zach catches, Bradley DHs.
It's good to have 2 good hitting catchers. That's sort of a rarity for most baseball teams. The 0-1 from Woolridge. Breaking ball, swung on and missed, and the count goes to 2 no balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Not a bad crowd here from Spring Hill and the Summertown faithful in a cold, windy afternoon game. Woolridge checks Grayson over at third, not a big lead. And here's the 0-2. Fastball is high and away. Good job from Staggs laying off that one. Looked like it was high and away the moment it left his hands.
I think Zach's done a good job this year reading the pitches. It ain't always worked for him every time, but he's seeing the ball well.
Woolridge comes set. And the 1-2 delivery. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, 1 error in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first, no score here on the xSports Network.
Since 1986, Southeast Carriers, Inc. has been a family-owned and operated business in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We strive to have updated equipment and technology to make our drivers' job easier. We offer large company pay and benefits with a small company atmosphere. Are you tired of just being a number when you call your current company? Here you will be known on a first-name basis, and all we ask is for you to give us an opportunity to prove that we are different than most trucking companies. For more information, visit southeastcarriers.com.
Make 2022 the year to refresh your home And who you gonna call to help? Story and Lee, the Tennessee Valley's largest furniture store. We've stocked our 3 acres of showroom and warehouses full of inventory, and gotta make room for more arriving daily. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, all from the brands you've told us you love. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story and Lee.
This is Lawrence County Sheriff John Myers. 3.5 years ago, you elected me to be your sheriff. In the past 3.5 years, my team and I have removed hundreds of thousands of dollars in drugs from the county's roads. We increased the presence of deputies in all of our communities across the county, and we've kept an eye on your tax dollars. Today, I'm asking for your vote to keep the progress going. We've made a big dent in crime, but we still have a lot of work to do. When you go to the polls this August, choose John Myers for sheriff, and let's keep Lawrence County America's best county to live in. Ad paid for John Myers for sheriff.
This is the xSports Network.
Back here at Denver Trap Field, Summertown and Spring Hill, part of the Lawrence County Invitational Tournament. Summertown straining a runner in the top of the first, and that will bring up Spring Hill. Their lineup: Ethan Swash at second base, Hayden Haney at first, Quint Miser catching, Jake Tegler in right field, Cole Taylor the designated hitter, Jordan Zaidan the shortstop, Cooper Inch the left fielder, Garrett Trafficent the third baseman, and Davin Miles at center field. Swash to lead things off here in the first pitch from the pitcher Ken Canning is low and away for ball 1. The right-handed thrower here for the Eagles toes the outside part of the rubber and goes to work. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. A little bit of late life there, almost like a two-seamer he threw there. You see this a lot more from the more younger pitchers, how they're working more off the side of the rubber than straight on it.
Well, and he started that about a year and a half ago, and we've not been able to get him to move back. So
the tapper over the third, and this one's going to get thrown away all the way to the fence. Summertown gets on it, and he's going to take off for third. And he's going to make it there off the air, so a runner on third with no outs, and that will bring up the first baseman in Hayden Haney.
Because that turned out pretty bad. We didn't have nobody at home. On the ground ball on the infield, nobody on. Of course, our catcher goes up to back up the play. And then when the ball gets by him, by the time the guy gets to third, he's still trying to retreat. So he could have probably come home. There was nobody here.
Right. A lot of foul territory here at Denver Trap Field, something kind of rare. Especially most high school, even college ballparks now, they have this much foul territory. So if a ball gets away, it's almost a two-base error immediately. First pitch from Kenning hits the outside corner for strike 1. Already one batter in, having to work out of a jam a bit. Infield in here for Summertown. Outfield shading more towards the right center field gap. The 0-1. Change up high for ball 1. Center fielder playing more towards the gap, and here comes a 1-1 in the dirt, and that one's picked up there by the catcher Bradley Weisner. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Job from Weisner getting a glove on it, making sure it doesn't come to the backstop. That's a brick backstop, so if it's thrown hard enough, it's coming right back to you.
He's been doing a good job back there blocking stuff up, not letting stuff get away from him this year too.
Kenny comes set, the 2-1 delivery on the inside corner for strike 2. Hayden, the left-handed hitter here for the Raiders, steps in. Kenny comes set. And the 2-2. In the dirt, Weisner blocks it up, and the count goes full. Waiting on deck is the catcher and Quint Meisner here for Spring Hill. And the full count delivery. This one is fouled out of play, and we'll stay right here.
Yeah, he's talking about the size of this field. I actually think when they come in here and done them, I think David Weathers come up and help them lay this out. And it's, it's built more on this is a large field. I mean, we're 375 center field. So this is a big baseball field. But
Kenny comes set, and the 3-2. Pitch is outside and draws a walk. Now we got runners on the corners for the catcher and Quip Meisner. 336 down each line, 375 dead center field, with a lot of foul territory to work with.
Yeah, this is Spring Hill's catcher, and this kid's he's got the stick to reach that 336 right here. AJ, he can swing it.
Getting comes set with runners on the corners. Decent lead over at first. He's going to throw over. Not in time. Trying to check up Haney over there, who was taking maybe a half step more than what most pitchers would be comfortable with. Kenning now comes set again. Checks the runner. First pitch is high and in for ball one. Summertown wearing white pants, white tops, and blue numerals. Spring Hill wearing maroon tops with gray pants. Kenning comes set. Checks the runner at first. The 1-0. This one's hit high in the air, deep down the left field line, and that one's going to drop down fair. One run is in. Haney going to hold up at third base, and Miser with a double gives the Raiders a 1-0 lead. Like you mentioned, he has the power to hit the 336 sign, and that's exactly what he did. He got a hold of that one and took advantage of it.
Yeah, he's been swinging it well this year.
Jake Tegler, the right fielder, now up here, the cleanup hitter for the Raiders. Runners on second and third. No outs here in the bottom of the first. Raiders leading 1-0. Corners now playing in here for Summertown. First pitch from Kenning on the outside corner for strike one. Center fielder for the Eagles now playing more towards the left center field gap. Corner outfielders playing straight up. Kenning comes set, the 0-1. This one's hit high in the air, but it's not going to leave the infield. Gavin Burleson camps underneath it, and that will be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Kane needs to figure out some way to work out of this one.
That's a good, it's a good start to it there. Get soft contact from a cleanup hitter. And we'll now bring up the designated hitter in Cole Taylor.
Spring Hill's got some pretty good bats throughout this lineup, too.
Got some notes here. Looks like this field was built by Patrick Rimke's group out of Nashville and also helped out by Alan Betts here in town. This next pitch. And then he gets a foul out there. Grayson Burleson grabs it, so back-to-back high pop-ups that don't leave the infield. And that helps out Kenning here. Well, we got two gone in the bottom of the first.
See how he handles this hitter here. He's this kid here is that last name's actually Zayden.
Zayden, okay.
He has been playing travel ball with Kane since he was 6. So these two have known each other and been really close friends for years. So.
First pitch from Kane. This one's hit high in the air, but foul. Won't make it in time. Now the count goes to 1 ball, no balls, 1 strike. Is it Zayden?
Zayden, yes.
Okay. We're going to get these names right by the
Jordan Zayden. Yeah, that's another one that little guy wouldn't pronounce it right either. But like I said, I've known the kid and his family since he was 6, and he's 15 now. So it's been.
The 0-1 from Kenning. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good block there by Wisner, and the count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, 2 on here in the bottom of the first. Raiders of Spring Hill leading Summertown 1-0.
It's always a tough way to pitch with a kid that's been playing shortstop behind you for the last 6 years. Knows every pitch you have.
And the 1-1. Fastball low and away for ball 2. As Zayden steps back in, bit of an open stance, standing pretty close to the plate. Kenning comes set. And the 2-1. Changeup hits the outside corner, and the count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, it looks like he crossed up his buddy right there.
Yeah,
I don't think he saw that one coming.
I don't think he was expecting that all speed out there.
That thing just looked like it might have been curving and just hung right on that line. And the 2-2. In the dirt, and another good block from Wisner, and the count goes full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's the 20th pitch Kenning has thrown in this inning after the first 3 batters of the game made their way on base, but Kenning Got soft contact from the last two. Trying to work out of it here. And the full count. Breaking ball low and away. Works a walk, and now we got the bases loaded here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Bring up the left fielder and Cooper Inch. Getting now. Still can get out of the jam with just 1 run given up here if he can find a way to get Inch out without allowing any runs. Kenning comes set. First pitch. Fouled straight back for strike 1.
You know, they always say you let a kid on with an error or you let a kid on with a walk, they're going to score. So the kid standing at third did walk.
Yep.
So if we can get out of this without, you know, kind of breaking a few rules there by doing it, but
leadoff walks, leadoff errors always find a way to hurt you.
yes.
Here's the 0-1 from Kenning. In the dirt, gets behind Wisner, but Haney over at third, not going to take off, and the count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Love this time of year. The grass starting to turn from yellow to green. Again, Denver Trap here in great condition here in Lawrenceburg.
I like this time of year so it can warm up. It's just crazy.
It's supposed to be in the low 70s, not the low 50s.
Yes.
Here's the 1-1. On the outside corner for strike 2.
Ain't going to be there Sunday. It's supposed to be, what, 71?
Yeah.
High for Sunday? Just because we're playing baseball, AJ.
Yeah, blame Ben Luna. He's over in the other press box.
Yeah.
I'll just blame him for that one.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2. This one's hit high in the air into a right field. And he drops in there and right. 2 runs are going to come and score. Inch now looks like he's caught up in a rundown between first and second. Now they're going to throw it home. And they're going to nab the runner at home.
Get that runner.
And that will end the inning. But not before Spring Hill grabs 3 runs here in the bottom of the first. They lead at 3-0. We head to the top of the second here on the xSports Network.
It's time for some straight talk about zero-turn mowers. Husqvarna's zero-turn performance mowers with rugged commercial drive give you high performance and a comfortable ride. Heavy-duty frame and chassis and commercial hydraulics take no punishment. With warranties now up to 5 years and low financing options, there's no competition. For a straight-up deal on the best in professional zero-turn mowers, go straight to your Husqvarna dealer.
No matter what it is that you like, take those things, translate it into an academic degree.
It's the best thing probably I've ever done in my life, and my only regret is that I didn't do it sooner.
Getting this degree opened up doors that I didn't even envision would be open.
I'm so happy that I did it, and I think anybody that wants it should go for it. You will not regret it.
This is Chris Jackson with Tennessee Tech in Lawrenceburg. If you're ready to earn your degree right here in Lawrence County, come see us today.
Hi, I'm Mara Lerner, and I've had the privilege of living and raising my family in Lawrence County for years. I know how important our faith, schools, and community are to the success of us all. I believe wholeheartedly that proper planning and teamwork are the only way to achieve the quality of life that we desire here in Lawrence County. The Office of County Executive is instrumental in making all of this possible. And if you want someone who will continue to work tirelessly toward improving your quality of life here in Lawrence County, then I ask for your vote on August 4th for County Executive.
AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the xSports Network.
And welcome back here to Denver Trap Field. Spring Hill leading Summertown 3-0. We head to the top of the second inning. The left fielder, Weston Pigg, lead things off here for the Eagles. Facing off with Kyle Woodridge. First pitch from the lefty. High and away for ball 1.
Weston hit his first career high school home run last night
Okay.
in the loss against Lewis County.
Woodridge gets a sign, working out of the windup. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball low and away for ball 2. There's no better feeling than that first high school home run. Once you get it out of the way, feel like a weight's been lifted off your shoulders.
I think there's a few of these kids just need a couple of hits to get them rolling.
The 2-0, low for ball 3.
You know, it's all, you step in there, it's all about confidence. I mean, if you don't think you can hit it, you can't. I mean, that's.
Woolridge here getting the sign, trying to find a way to get one over the plate. The 3-0 hits the outside corner for strike one. This field reminds me of the one I played on in college. My first school, we were 355 down the lines and 410 in center. You hit a home run out of there, you frame that baseball. Here comes the 3-1. And that one was going to work a walk, and that will bring up the pitcher in Kane Kenning.
Yeah, that'd be a baseball at that distance that you would keep.
We were right next to a main road, especially the big guys at the college level. I can get a hold of them. You always wonder what was going to hit once it got that close to the road. Woolridge now working out of the stretch. Decent lead from Pig over there at first. Woolridge throws it down. That one's low away for ball one. And again, you see some of the way these ballparks at the major league and the professional level are designed. You got little juts here and there. It could be 310 down the line and 420 in center. You never know.
Yep.
The 1-0.
Well, they just them pro fields. They just keep packing in more and more people. Yeah. The closer they can get them to the field, the better. The higher dollar them seats are.
Just came here from State College, Pennsylvania, and they had the left center field gap was 410, but center field was 390. So it was a wild looking ballpark. The 1-1 thrown high and away, and it goes to 2 balls, 1 strike. And then you go to a place like Asheville, North Carolina, that's 310 down the lines with a 25-foot fence, but
yeah,
and only I think it's only 375, 380 in dead center field. But the Asheville Tourist always found a way to lead the South Atlantic League in home runs because at the pro level, all you got to do in a small place like that, just put the ball in the air and see what happens.
That's Summertown. We're just 300 down the left field fence, but the fence is 16 foot high out there. So
you got to get some elevation on it.
Yes.
Plus, they look pretty once you get some elevation.
Oh, they do.
Here's the 2-1. Pig going to take off. That one's in the dirt. They're going to say he went around, but Pig is going to take second base, and the count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes.
See what Kane does here. I think he was that check swing there.
Spring Hill playing with the runners on the corner, with the corner infielders playing up. The 2-2 thrown in the dirt, and the count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. So far, both teams making these pitchers work early on. Outfield playing straight up. The corner outfielders, especially the right fielder, playing way more towards the gap. A lot of room down the right field line if one can make its way down there. And the full count offering on the outside corner for strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Woolridge, and that will bring up the catcher and Bradley Wisner.
That's a pitch that for Kane as a pitcher, I think the umpire's giving that outside over a little. I mean, he's giving you the chalk line. As a hitter, he comes off the mound. He should know that. I mean, he should know that that's where it's at. And then here's another one, Bradley catching. He should know where the strike zone is.
Bradley working with no sleeves. You got to love that in this type of weather. First pitch, a breaking ball, swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, I make fun of Bradley quite a bit. They moved in here from up north, and he says, this ain't cold. No, that's what he tells me.
He's wearing shorts and flip-flops with snow on the ground.
Yeah.
Here comes the 0-1. Another breaking ball hits the outside corner for strike 2. Wisner steps back in. Weston Pigg standing on second base after drawing a leadoff walk. Woolridge comes set. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Wisner strikes out, and that will bring up the third baseman and Matthew Luffman.
Pretty good pitch sequence right there by your pitcher. He goes outside fastball, breaking pitch on the outside, and then comes back with a fastball on the inside corner to get him. I mean, that's what it's supposed to look like.
A lot of confidence, and it had a lot of velocity on it, too. It was one of those here it is, hit it sort of things. First pitch here from to Luffman. That one's going to get away from the catcher and Miser. Pig is going to make his way over to third, and has the first ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes with 2 outs. Another runner on third, just like they had in the top half of the first inning. Trying to find a way to put one here in play. Woolridge comes set. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike one. And here comes the delivery from Woolridge. Swing and a miss for a breaking ball in the dirt. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think Matthew was way off balance on that breaking pitch. If I'm him after that swing, I'm expecting another one right here.
Woolridge has been very deadly with these so far here today. Comes set again. And the 1-2. This one's in the dirt. A very good block there from Miser. That looked like that was destined for the back net here. And now the Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes here with 2 outs in the top of the second. And here comes the 2-2. Ooh, that looked good. That looked good, but they say it's a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
We are elevated, AJ. Maybe that ball was higher than what it looked like to us, but if I'm a hitter, that's a pitch I'm looking for.
And Woolridge comes set here. And the 3-2. And that one's low and away. Good job there from Luffman to work the walk. And now we got runners on the corners. 2 outs. Center fielder Harrison Gobble going to make his way up. And Spring Hill's pitching coach is going to make his way out to the mound here to have a discussion with his left-handed thrower, Kyle Woolridge. Now at 36 pitches here through an inning and 2/3. Not much you can say here other than, well, yeah, he did strike him out there, but
yeah,
you know, not this umpire who we've seen a lot here so far this year, especially over here in Lawrence County. Saw him yesterday in the game against Richland. Just like you said, Timmy, he likes that outside corner.
Yeah.
He doesn't give much on the inside, but that outside corner, and it might not be the best strike zone. You just want to ask for the most consistent strike zone so you know what you're seeing.
And he pretty well stays consistent with that. I mean, you know, from what I've seen of him, he's going to stay out there. He's going to give it to you the whole game.
Woolridge now working on the corner of the rubber. Runners on the corners here. Not much of a lead from Luffman over at first. Pig now. Looks like he's got both cleats in the grass over at third. First, and Luffman, they throw over to get Luffman. It's not in time. Luffman working the dirt out of his belt. It's the worst feeling in the world when you slide head first, getting that dirt up in the belt.
Let's see Harry get on right here. Got top of the lineup. Grayson coming up. It's had a pretty hot bat.
And the first pitch on the inside corner, Luffman. It looked like he held up there. Maybe he's going to try to get in a rundown.
Yeah, I think that was a delayed by Jason. That's a delayed deal. Trying to see what the catcher's going to do if I do throw it down. At this point, Jason's looking for 1 run.
That was not much of a good base stealer in my day, the slowest guy on the team, but that was one of my specialties, was annoying pitchers standing in the middle. The 0-1. Breaking ball over the plate but low, and the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. They used to tell us if you're slow in that situation, go to the middle, start doing jumping jacks and try to get their attention.
Yes, try to get them to throw it.
Here comes the 1-1. This one is popped up in the air. Woolridge makes the catch, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1.5 complete innings, Spring Hill leads 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the second here on the XSports Network.
Hit a home run with the team at United Country Southern Tennessee Realty.
On the web, 931-321-8226.
Tommy Johnson, 931-722-4840.
Tyler Webb, 731-438-2084.
Travis Caldwell's 931-629-3033.
You're safe with United Country Southern Tennessee Realty.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Hey, I'm David Morgan, Republican candidate for Lawrence County Executive. Being born and raised right here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, I'm a Wildcat, all the way to the core. We've got children that play basketball, football, baseball, and I just say, tonight, I'm going to take off my hat, I'm going to put on the blue and white, I'm going to say, go Eagles, because you know what? All of us Lawrence Countyans, we're one. And we're cheering you on, Summertown. Give it all you got. Hope you come home with a victory. Represent us well. God bless you guys.
This is the xSports Network.
And back here at Denver Trap Field, Spring Hill leading this one 3-0 over Summertown as we head to the bottom of the second inning. The third baseman, Garrett Trefficent, leading things off, takes a first pitch strike here from Kane Kenning. Kenning, who was working out of a jam in the bottom of the first, but a two-out error is what made it 3-0. Here's the 0-1. This one's tapped back up the middle. Gavin Burleson grabs it, throws over his brother Grayson in time. And 2 pitches in, and we have our first out here in the bottom of the second inning. They'll bring up the center fielder and Davin Miles. So a much better start to this inning than the previous inning. Sometimes it really happens at every level of baseball. You know, they talk about crooked number innings.
Yes.
I know I've said it a few times in some of the broadcasts that I've done, but crooked number innings, especially when you have a couple errors in an inning, can be the difference in a game sometimes.
Oh, a lot of times. And it's been biting us. I mean, when we do have an error in an inning, it ends up they're going to score. Or, we walk a runner, they're going to score. We're not having that luck. Like I said, we can load the bases and can't seem to get nobody in, but everybody against us seems to be taking advantage of everything we're doing wrong.
And the 1-0 from Kenning hits Miles right in the back of the leg. So he works the hit by pitch walk, and that will bring up the leadoff hitter, the second baseman, Ethan Swish. Swish reached on an error in the first and scored on that one, trying to find a way back on again. Middle infield playing about their normal depth. Third baseman playing on the grass here in case of a bunt. Outfield playing a little closer in, not expecting much power here. As Kenning throws over. Not in time. He will stay on, but trying to keep the center fielder in Miles honest.
Something you hate to do there, AJ. I mean, you hit or walk the number 9 hitter. To get back to the leadoff's tough.
And the first pitch is low away for ball 1. I could talk all day about ballparks and some of the stuff I've seen at the minor league level and the college level. I was telling Timmy off air, I played at a place in college that had one of those old wood picket fences you'd see in someone's backyard as their fence, and watching as an outfielder, watching the ball explode those pieces of wood on a hard hit ball as Miles takes off for second, steals second on the second ball of the at-bat. So we have a runner on second here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. It's one of the unique things about baseball and softball is, basketball and football, the fields are, the atmospheres are different, the buildings are different, but the fields are pretty much the same. At baseball, you have free will to do pretty much whatever you want. The 2-0 down the middle for strike 1.
Yeah, I mean, every baseball field you go to is going to be different dimensions, different sizes. The bases are the same distance, but everything, that's like this one. There's a lot of foul territory here. This is a tough place to play.
I mean, you're watching the UT and Vanderbilt game. There's no foul territory in Vanderbilt at all. Kenning comes set here, checks the runner at second, the 2-1. And he's going to take off, and that's going to be a single in the right. And that's going to score a run. And the Raiders take a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. That's actually a pretty decent hitting there. Just reached the bat out, got the barrel on it, and sent it in the right.
Yeah, I feel like that was a situation. The runner was leaving on the pitch. I figured it was a hit and run.
Ball just died once it hit that grass, too. Wasn't a lot of velocity, but he just got the barrel on the bat and sent it out that way. Hayden Haney now, the first baseman, walked and scored a run in his first plate appearance in the previous inning. Swartz going to get checked here by Kenning. Like we mentioned, this field is in great shape, and can't wait till the weather gets a little bit better out here and turns green. Kenning throws the first pitch into the dirt. A good block there from Weisner again, and that's the first ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the second with Spring Hill leading 4-0.
Game, both of these teams is got district games first of next week, so
we got
need Kane to go the distance here and get out of this game, and he'll be good. 4 days rest. He'll be good to come back Tuesday of next week if he needs him. But
these are, like they would say at the college level, the non-conference games. It's what you do in the district that matters.
Yes.
Swing and a miss on the pitch. He takes off, and Swish is in there in time. Count goes a 1 ball, 1 strike, but Swish is at second base off a stolen base. It's a lot of got to have good communication between the pitcher and the catcher when it comes to stolen bases. Sometimes it's that split second, that little extra movement that can be the difference. The 1-1 on the inside corner for strike 2. Haney steps back in. And Kenning comes set. The 1-2 delivery. This one is soft liner up the middle. Good pick by Jake Smith. He's going to throw over to first, and that will be the second out of the inning. He's trying to charge in on that one to make the catch in the air, but still a good scoop and a good throw over. Now we got 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Bring up Quint Miser, the catcher, had an RBI double down the left field line in his first at bat.
Won't leave nothing up right here.
Yeah, we saw what happened previously. He sent it all the way to the wall. And the first pitch. Miser appears to hold up the swing. And I guess they're not going to.
Well, I thought we would check it there, but
was waiting on the check. It looked like that.
Well, I thought that the catcher tried to check it, but didn't get no reaction out of the field umpire.
Now the runner takes off for third. Miser soft liner right into the hands of Gavin Burleson, and that will do it. Spring Hill adds to their lead with one run here in the bottom of the second. They lead 4-0. Summertown bats in the top of the third. That's next on the xSports Network.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
McMaster's Home Gallery, where you'll always get a special price every day. Shop their new showroom full of name-brand furniture, sofas, recliners, dining and bedroom suites, Serta bedding, lots of tables and chairs just to match your decor. McMaster's Home Gallery also has GE appliances. Stop by on Highway 43 in Loretto or call 853-6140.
Like you, our roots are in Lawrence County, providing banking for every stage of life since 1934. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank has been not just your bank, but also your friend, helping you with home loans, consumer and auto loans, and your everyday personal banking needs. Lawrenceburg Federal offers you a warm smile and personal experience, as well as the conveniences of modern-day online banking, mobile banking, and telebanking. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, your neighbor and friend, located at 118 West Gain Street, next to the courthouse.
This is the xSports Network.
Yes. Two-seamers just dangerous. And back here at Denver Trap Field, getting ready to start the third inning here. Spring Hill leading Summertown 4-0. 1-2-3 due up here for the Eagles in the top of the third inning. Be Grayson Burleson. 0 for 1 in the game, reached on an error in the first inning and was left on third to end that inning. He's going to try to reach base here once again. Got the, is that called a gator mask? I think I would know what the names of masks are at this point after a pandemic, but he's got that thing mainly for the cold, the windy conditions. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Kyle Woodrich through 2 innings so far is Struck out 4, walked 2, has yet to surrender a hit. And here comes the 1-0 to Grayson. Breaking ball in the dirt. Goes all the way back to the backstop. 2 balls, no strikes. Older brother Gavin waiting on deck, and you got Jake Smith in the hole in the 3 spot. And here comes the 2-0. Change up high and away, and the count goes to 3 balls, no strikes, and Grayson in a hitter's count here. Base hit, ball 4 situation. Woolridge here gets a sign, working out of the windup, the 3-0. That one's low and away, and a 4-pitch walk here for Grayson Burleson will bring up his big brother Gavin.
I think Grayson was taken all the way on that pitch. He started his windup. He just kind of backed out of the box there like, okay, show me what a strike looks like.
Gavin, who doesn't have an official at-bat with a sacrifice bunt, a perfect bunt right down the third base line in his previous at-bat. Grayson not taking much of a lead over at first. And the first pitch from Woolridge. Breaking ball in the dirt, a good block there from Miser. 1 ball, no strikes.
Talking about our lead over there, we played him at Spring Hill. We struggled with that left-handed pick over there. He was he got a couple of us. Matter of fact, caught us off balance, leaning the wrong direction. But
Woolridge comes set, and now we'll throw over. Not much of a lead from Grayson. Had plenty of time to get back. I always struggle with left-handed. I always try to get. I struggled with them as a base runner, as a hitter. I always love to get doubles off of them, so you don't have to worry about a
didn't have to worry
pickoff.
about them.
And the 1-0 to Gavin. That one's in the dirt, and it goes to 2 balls. No strikes. Woolridge starting off with 6 straight balls here to open up the top of the 3rd.
Well, we had noticed great. Jason is watching him pretty close. Up there we had an umpire, and that, they was close to a balk. They was crossing the plate some with their foot, with their knee.
2-0 and a big cut there from Gavin, and makes it 2 balls, 1 strike.
As in baseball, you can't cross that plane. I don't care if it's your foot or your knee or either one. And if you'll watch, he draws his knee up really close. I mean, it's
comes right to the edge. Here's the 2-1. This one is
hit back
up the middle, and that one's going to get through. Grayson going to go to second. Gavin on first here. Center fielder struggles with it. So a single, and we got 2 runners on here for the 3-hole hitter and Jake Smith. It's good. And also, speaking of good piece of hitting, that was a pitch that was on the outside corner, and Gavin got enough metal on that one to chop it up the middle for a single.
What you got to learn to do with that pitch. If it's out there, just hit it back up the middle and hope it gets through.
Jake Smith 0 for 1 in the game, struck out looking in the first. First pitch from Woolridge, fastball away for ball 1.
You look down, A.J. Spring Hill does have somebody in the bullpen as Coach Lamb comes out.
Yep, and looks like he's going to ask the whole infield here for a conference. Got another left-hander warming up here in the Spring Hill bullpen.
Guess you can say Coach Lamb's kind of a baseball guru. His dad coached for years. Actually coached down at Loretta. And now he's at Spring Hill, and he has a brother that coaches down in Huntsville.
As you can say, coaching is definitely in the family, just like it is with the
Burlesons. Yes.
It's almost a shock when you have a coach at Summertown whose last name isn't Burleson.
Yes. I think Greg Burleson has been there just about his whole career. Jason actually coached here at Lawrence County High School for a couple of years before he did get to Summertown.
Conference is over. Woolridge now comes set here with 2 on, the 1-0. Fastball in the outside corner for strike 1. Hitting that spot that the home plate umpire likes to call it.
Yeah, that's that outside corner. I don't know if it's the corner or if it's the chalk, but he's been calling it consistent about the whole game.
Woolridge comes set, the 1-1 delivery. Low and away for ball 2. Pitcher down there starting to get a little more pace to his throws. Woolridge here gets a sign from Miser, comes set. And the 2-1 delivery. High, and that will go to 3 balls and 1 strike. Perfect spot here for Jake Smith. The runner in scoring position, 2 on and no outs. And Woolridge gets a sign, comes set, the 3-1. Smith sends this one to the right side. The first baseman comes up with it. Both runners will move over, and that will be the first out of the inning, a productive out for Jake Smith.
Well, it's not a bad piece of hitting in my mind. I'd like to see him hit it in that gap, but runner standing at first, second, you're wanting to go to that side of the field.
Let's say hit behind the runners, and that's what he did there, and was able to move them.
I can see Zach Staggs did the same thing right here.
Struck out swinging in his first at bat in the top of the first here. Now Woolridge going to work out of the windup. Quarter infielders playing even with the bag or right on the grass. Middle infield about normal depth, so is the outfield. Woolridge here comes set. And the first pitch to Staggs. And low. It's down the middle, but low for ball 1. Actually, down right field here, there's a lot of space here. That right fielder is playing more toward the gap. Left fielder is as well.
I was going to say there's a lot of room down this left field line, too.
And the 1-0. On the outside corner for strike 1. And Woolridge comes set again, and here comes the 1-1 delivery. This one is hit hard down the line, but foul, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Woolridge now, that was his 55th pitch here. As he toes the rubber once again. Head coach Paul Lamb now making sure his defense knows where to go on a ball hit anywhere. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt, a good block from Miser. The count evens up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he spiked that one right in the ground. And Miser, very good job. That's one good thing you can tell of a good trait of a catcher is how they control the rebound off of his body. And that thing just died the moment it hit his chest.
Yeah, he keeps it in front of him, and it stays right there with him.
Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout there from Woolridge. 2 outs now in the top of the 3rd inning. Now we'll bring up the left fielder in Weston Pigg. Pigg, who walked and was left on 3rd in his previous bat in the top of the 2nd inning. It's the 5th strikeout for Woolridge in the game. So Woolridge comes set, and the first pitch to Pigg. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Pigg very close to the home plate there.
Yeah, well, maybe they're figuring out this outside corner out here.
Next pitch, a breaking ball, a swing and a miss, and the count goes to no balls, 2 strikes. Pigg going to have to get in a defensive batting mode. You can already tell he's choked up on the bat a little bit. So Woolridge comes set, and the 0-2. Breaking ball. Miser thought it hit the outside corner. It looked good. But home plate umpire says it's a ball.
That was a good pitch from here. Yeah. AJ,
looked good.
I don't know how well they can see that on the camera, but it's.
And the 1-2. Breaking ball down the middle, and that will be strike 3. So Woolridge works out another jam here in the top of the 3rd inning. Spring Hill leads 4-0, so we head to the bottom of the 3rd here on the xSports Network.
Whether it's popcorn, biscuits, or automotive, you need the right ingredients to achieve the best results. Heritage Automotive is proud to serve our community with a continually growing inventory. We also help our community grow by contributing to a vibrant economy, which helps build schools. I'm Keith Durham, and I'm the General Manager here at Heritage Automotive, and it's my job to make sure that you're 100% satisfied. Heritage Automotive, your hometown Chevy, Buick, and GMC dealer.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
a one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the xSports Network.
And back here at Denver Trapp Field as we head to the bottom of the third, Spring Hill leading 4-0 over Summertown. Kane Kinning delivers strike one to the right fielder and Jake Tegler. So Kinning gets back on the rubber here, working out of the windup. And here's the 0-1 delivery. Blown away for ball one. Opening day for some in Major League Baseball. Here's an update of some of the scores. The Phillies leading Oakland 6-4 in the top of the seventh. Game tied at 1 between Baltimore and Tampa Bay in the seventh as Tegler lines a base hit into left. And he'll get on with no outs here in the bottom of the third inning. That might be one of the hardest hit balls we have seen here so far today.
Well, besides Misers, he hit down third baseline, we'll go to the fence.
Taylor, the designated hitter, who popped up to the first baseman in foul territory. Only saw one pitch in that at bat. Getting here, working out of the stretch. Big lead by Tegler over at first. Kenning throws down, low and away for ball one. Didn't miss by much. Got the Dodgers leading the Rockies at Coors Field, 3-2 in the top of the fourth. Seattle over Minnesota at Target Field. In the bottom of the fourth, 2-0. No score between the Marlins and the Giants in two finals. The Tigers over the White Sox 5-4 in Detroit. And in extra innings, the Yankees knock off the Red Sox from Yankee Stadium 6-5 in 11 innings. Favorite time of year. Gotta love opening day. The 1-0 is fouled straight back, and it goes to 1 ball, 1 strike here.
Ooh, got a foul ball just come from the other field, landed in our bleachers here. It's like it might have hit this lady's hand.
And a funny thing is, we have a Spring Hill fan who was really upset, flipped somebody off, and his buddies are making fun of him now because he thought someone threw it at him. Ground ball up the middle. Gavin Burleson. Beautiful double play. His brother scoops it out on the other side. And we got 2 gone here. Good job there from Gavin and Grayson. And Grayson actually was probably the MVP with that scoop right there.
Yeah, that was a good scoop over there by Grayson to keep his foot on the base. There again, Grayson is having a stretch over there with that sore ankle, and you can tell it when he has to turn and go that way. We got to get that ankle healed up some way.
Jordan Zayden, the shortstop here, walked in his previous at-bat, was thrown out and home in the bottom of the first inning, and he sends a deep shot into left. Weston Pigg can't make the play. This one's going to go all the way to the wall. Zayden going to head into second with a stand-up double, so he gets a 2-out here, 2-out hit in the bottom of the third. Mentioned him and Kane are good friends.
Yes.
It's like he knew that one was coming. It's almost like batting practice.
Well, that was that fastball left bell tied to him, and as Kane stares at him standing there on second. But I'm sure they'll have a conversation when this game's over. But
yeah, he's worked a walk and got a 2-out double out of it.
Yes.
I'm surprised that was the first foul ball that we have seen from the previous field come over here. We haven't seen many on this side as Kane starts off Cooper Inch with a fastball in the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike, and still loving that reaction from the Spring Hill fan who flipped off. He flipped by his buddies to me. He's like, no, dude, that's just a foul ball. They're still laughing at him down there. Here's the 0-1. Changeup got away from him from 1 ball, 1 strike.
He felt like one of his buddies had thrown the ball at him to scare him.
Yeah, I mean, he immediately left hand and just flipped that bird like it was. It's like someone's been pranking him this whole time.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-1. This one is chopped over the third. Makes the play, throws over to Grayson. Grayson, two good plays over
makes
there.
The tag there.
First makes the tag, and that will end the inning. No runs off two hits, no errors. We head to the top of the fourth with Spring Hill leading Summertown 4-0 here on the xSports Network.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie, and we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
Hey friends, this is Barry Doss. Over the past 30 years, Doss Brothers Incorporated has grown from its humble beginnings to working daily to build the future of Lawrence and surrounding counties. From breaking ground to opening day, Doss Brothers has been there every step of the way for many businesses, industries, and homeowners in our community. With nearly 40 years under our belt and the blessing of every new day, we strive to keep building the foundation of our communities tomorrow. We are Doss Brothers, proudly building progress in Southern Tennessee.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
This is the xSports Network.
And back here at Denver Trap Field, we head to the top of the fourth. Spring Hill leading Summertown 4-0. King Kidding, the pitcher, going to lead things off here for the Eagles in the top of the fourth. Struck out looking in his first at bat in the second. Kyle Woodridge back on the bump. And the first pitch is low and away for ball one. Woodridge, who's only given up one hit, is also given up 3 walks, but struck out 6 through 62 pitches. Woolridge working out of this windup here, the 1-0. High and away for ball 2.
We got quite a bit of movement on that 2 seam when he does throw it. Ball run away from him there.
Got a lot of velocity, but with the high pitch count, it's the accuracy that seems to be an issue as Kenning swings out of his shoes on that fastball, and it goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. It happens to everybody. I've fallen on my face trying to swing before, too.
Yeah, I think he was trying to hit that ball out of the park. See if he adjusts it in here.
And here's the 2-1. Fastball high and away for ball 3. It almost looks like Woolridge works better out of the stretch than what he does out of the windup.
Why, as a left-handed pitcher, just wouldn't go stretch all the time.
Here's the 3-1. In the dirt, Kenning works a leadoff walk. And we got 1 on, no outs here in the top of the fourth. The catcher, Bradley Weisner, now due up, struck out swinging in the second inning. Summertown's gotten a runner on and even gotten a runner all the way to third.
Every inning.
And every inning so far in
with
this
less
game.
than 2 outs. So we're going to get a runner here for Kane, I feel, if we can get somebody. This will be Aiden. 21. Yeah, it's Aiden McMullen.
Aiden McMullen now going to courtesy run for the pitcher in Kane Kenning, who drew a leadoff walk. Now Weisner. Back foot right on that chalk line. Woolridge comes set. Not much of a lead over at first. And the first pitch is fouled back. And hopefully no one's on the track back there. And they'll go to no balls and 1 strike.
It's a little check swing there, too.
He got the barrel of it. He probably wishes he would have fully swung.
Went ahead and finished that swing,
Till the winds died down a bit out here. It's not as cold, and everyone's not as shivering and bundled up.
That's just because I'm not out there. I go out there, the wind will start blowing.
Woolridge comes set, not a big lead at first. The 0-1. Breaking ball alone away for ball 1. It's almost like he has two different types of breaking balls. Has that sweeping curve ball and more tighter, slower moving slider. So he comes set. And the 1-1. Fastball in the dirt gets through the legs of Miser. And the runner heads to second on the wild pitch. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike.
I was watching Aiden over there. He that left-handed pitching. He didn't have but about a 2-foot lead over at first.
Looks like me in high school. I never took much of a lead on left-hand, and I still got picked off a couple of times. Woolridge comes set. And the 2-1. Swing and a miss, and the count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I've still can't get my mind off that guy flipping off the foul ball from over there at Tom Cruise Field. Here's the 2-2. And the breaking ball in the dirt. And the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I worked in minor league baseball for 2 years and saw all kinds of, foul balls from big league guys who, some of these guys ended up in the big leagues. We saw some pretty serious injuries, but some pretty funny things as well as the ball goes in the dirt. And Wisner, he works a walk, so back-to-back walks is 2 on and no outs here in the top of the 4th. Bring up the third baseman, Matthew Luffman. He walked in his previous at-bat in the 2nd inning. The catcher Miser goes out to talk with Woolridge. Action now back up in the Raider bullpen down the left field line here.
Yeah, I think the Raiders are trying to kill a little bit of time here to get him ready. I just seen Coach Lamb come out and told him to hurry. They go out and call time. Catcher's still talking. Yeah, but we do have a pinch runner in for Bradley, which is our hind catcher. Be a courtesy runner for our hind catchers. Keegan McCafferty has come in the first.
So a pair of courtesy runners on the backs here for the Eagles as Miser heads back to the plate. Looks at his head coach and looks like he's going to be in here to face Luffman. The 8-hole hitter here for the Eagles. 2 on, no outs here in the top of the 4th. Spring Hill leading 4-0. Luffman going to bunt it. And the first pitch is a little more outside than usual for strike 1.
Yeah, I don't know that Luffman could have bunted that pitch. No. I don't know that he could reach it without stepping on the plate. That
might have been the best he could do is foul it back into this fan's lap so we can see another funny reaction. Here's the 0-1. Bunt attempt from Luffman. That pitch was better than the previous one, and that one was called a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 on here with no outs. First baseman over there, Haney. Haney was pretty much
in his lap.
Yeah, charging really far in. He's playing on the grass. And the 1-1. The bunt attempt from Luffman is swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. At one time, someone hit a long fly ball down the left field line for the team I was working for, and this young high school couple was loving on each other. I guess that's the best way you can put it. It hit that poor kid right in the back of the head.
Oh, wow.
He thought one of his friends was playing a prank on him, and he looked around and see someone who did it. Here's the 1-2. On the outside corner for strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning.
I think it keeps getting further out there, AJ. I don't know, but
7 strikeout of the game for Woolridge, and that will bring on the center fielder, Harrison Gobble, who popped up to Woolridge and his first at bat in the 2nd inning. 2 on, 1 out here for Summertown, trailing by 4. Gobble fakes the bunt, and it's a line drive, but fouled back. And
he's talking about them major league fields and laughing at them and them guys having fun. I watched the Braves game yesterday in the Reds and had Voigt on first, mic'd up a couple of innings yesterday, and he was talking. Votto. Yeah. And had him mic'd up a couple of innings, and that's always fun to listen to.
It's the only sport you can get away with that.
Yes.
Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, misses the outside corner, and the count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You get to listen to them at that age, and even at that level, they're still just big kids.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, man, they're just out there having fun and playing the game.
He's talking about getting a gold tooth.
Yeah, a diamond. Diamond tooth.
Going down to Brazil and letting the guy pick the tattoo for him.
Yes.
The 1-1. Bunted by Gobble down the first base line, but foul. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got some characters in baseball, and the And all the sports I've covered, we've got a lot of characters, but the most unique ones are in baseball and in hockey by far. You got some characters in those two sports.
I think you have to be unique to play hockey.
Here's the 1-2 on the outside corner for strike 3. So after 2 get on, Woolridge works back-to-back strikeouts. He's now got 8 in the game, and that will bring up the leadoff hitter, Grayson Burleson, who's reached on base in both the bats, an error in the first and a walk in the third. So Summertown again getting a pair of runners on like they've done in every inning, and now here in another big situation. Woolridge comes set, and the first pitch to Burleson. Fastball in the dirt for ball 1. And Woolridge comes set after the sign. And the 1-0. Breaking ball. Did he call that a ball?
Yes, he did. You have to wait on him a second.
Yeah. 2 balls, no strikes. It looked good. It was over the plate, but low. And forget that Grayson is as tall as he is, so we'll give him some credit there. Here's a 2-0 delivery. Hit high in the air, deep down the left field line. This ball is foul. Over the fence, but foul, and he didn't miss it by much. The umpire, what is
it
going
hit
on?
something and kicked right. I think it actually hit the foul pole.
It hit the foul pole?
Because whatever it hit, the ball kicked right and went out.
And that's what Jason Burleson is. Now they're going to say that's a home run.
Yeah.
So a 2-out, 3-run home run from Grayson Burleson. Now Paul Lamb going to have a discussion with the home plate umpire. And Summertown cuts into the Raider lead 4-3. I thought it hit something too, but I thought, someone dropped something in the stands the way it sounded.
Yeah, no, it hit something and kicked right. I don't know what it hit out there. Whatever it hit, it kicked right when it hit it. But
Grayson got every single bit of that one. And Summertown, off a 3-run, 2-out homer from Grayson Burleson, leads this one, is cutting to the Spring Hill lead 4-3. So just when you thought that Woolridge is going to work out of another jam, Grayson Burleson swings at the second pitch of the at-bat and just absolutely crushes it.
I get us back in the game right here.
Big brother Gavin now up to the plate. 1-for-1 in the game, had a sacrifice bunt in the first and a single up the middle in the third. Woolridge now working out of the windup once again. First pitch to Gavin. On the outside corner for strike 1. Don't know if this crew is going to be here for all 3 games here at the field tonight, but at least they got together and got it right. Here's the 0-1. Big cut there from Gavin, swing and a miss for strike 2. Gavin was trying to touch one off the right field foul pole with that swing.
That'll be number 2 for Grayson. He had one last night, too.
Back-to-back games.
Yes.
Now Woolridge. The 0-2 to Gavin. Hard hit and fouled straight back, and the count will stay where it is. No balls, 2 strikes. Like they always say, when you foul it straight back like that, you just missed it by an inch. Just missed it. And here comes the 0-2 from Woolridge. Breaking ball swing and a miss for strike 3. So Grayson Burleson with a 3-run homer with 2 outs has cut the Spring Hill lead to 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the 4th here on the xSports Network.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we provided outstanding residential and commercial services through southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air, when you need us, we'll be there.
Since 1986, Southeast Carriers, Inc. has been a family-owned and operated business in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We strive to have updated equipment and technology to make our drivers' job easier. We offer large company pay and benefits with a small company atmosphere. Are you tired of just being a number when you call your current company? Here you will be known on a first-name basis, and all we ask is for you to give us an opportunity to prove that we are different than most trucking companies. For more information, visit southeastcarriers.com.
This is the xSports Network.
Back here at Denver Trapp Field, a 3-run home run from Grayson Burleson has cut the Spring Hill lead to 4-3. Raiders now batting here in the bottom of the fourth. Kane Kenning back on for his fourth inning of work. Garrett Traffison, the third baseman, going to lead things off here for the Raiders. Traffison, who grounded out to the shortstop in his previous at-bat in the bottom of the second. Here's a first pitch from Kenning. Hit high and back into the crowd over at the other field at Tom Cruise Field for strike one. Hopefully our buddy from Spring Hill isn't back there and might have
take another one there.
The cops called over a foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball didn't break, and that's going to be high and in for ball one. Looks like it just got out of his hand.
Yeah, he left that out there with his arm angle.
And here's the 1-1. This one's hit high into the air.
Should be Harry out there. Yes, walks in under that one.
And he makes the catch, and that's the first out of the inning. Harrison Gobble making the catch, and that will bring up Davin Miles. He's hit by a pitch in the second inning and scored a run. Here's his second at bat, facing off of Kane Kenning. Kenning, though he has struggled at times, has only thrown 52 pitches so far. Here through 3 1/3 inning of work and trying to settle in. There's the first pitch to Miles on the outside corner for strike one. He's I'm probably going to be laughing about that for days. He's definitely just seems like that guy that everyone messes with all the time, and as Kenning gets Miles a swing and miss for strike two, that he gets messed with a lot, and something's always happened to him, so he's always on edge.
That's the way he acts.
Always on edge and just ready for somebody
to be gouging on him.
Yeah, smack him upside the head, something. Here comes the 0-2. Breaking ball misses on the outside corner for ball one.
Breaking pitch don't seem to be working for him this inning for some reason. He got a couple of good ones early, but right now it's staying flat.
Getting working out of the windup, and here's the 1-2. And
he hits him.
Miles on the back part of his front foot, and he works back-to-back hit by pitches. And he gets on here for Ethan Swish, who has a 0-for-1, reached on an error in the first, has an RBI single in the second.
Or again, we've hit the 9-hole hitter. And in this at-bat, you've got him with 2 strikes on you. I mean, that's tough. Yes. And there again, I think every time we've walked somebody or somebody's reached on the error, they have scored today. So
far, Kenning through 3 1/3 is giving up 4 runs off 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches, no strikeouts through 56 pitches so far. As Miles runs it off here, gets a big lead over at first. Kenning here getting the sign from his catcher Wiseman, and comes set. Wind picking up a bit. He's going to throw over to Miles. Not in time. Miles with the big lead over at first. Kenning throws down. This one is foul, back and out of play for strike one. Some new baseballs in the game here from the Summertown bench. It's always something a little bit difficult to figure out between the two sides on the neutral side who's going to go chase down the foul balls. Who's chasing down balls? We had a system in high school. Everyone had a if you're on the bench and definitely not playing, everyone had a designated inning that you chase down foul balls. And the 0-1, a pitch out. They throw it, and they get him at second base. A good throw there from Wisner, a good tag from Gavin Burleson, and we have 2 away here. And that pitch was called a ball, so 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, I think that was the design pitch out. The catcher was up before Kane ever turned the ball loose.
It's good to see something like that executed. It's a lot harder than what it looks to have a design pitch out. And here comes the 1-1 from Kenning. Misses low and away for ball 2. Seen a lot of those get thrown away or the pitcher throws them in the dirt.
Yes.
Swartz comes setting the 2-1. This one's hit high in the air into the infield.
Should be our shortstop. Gavin ought to make the play there. He does.
And he does, and that will do it. So we head to the top of the 5th inning with Summertown trailing Spring Hill 4-3. We'll have that coming up next here on the xSports Network.
Make 2022 the year to refresh your home. And who you gonna call to help? Story & Lee, the Tennessee Valley's largest furniture store. We've stocked our 3 acres of showroom and warehouses full of inventory. And gotta make room for more arriving daily. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, all from the brands you've told us you love. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story & Lee.
This is Lawrence County Sheriff John Myers. 3.5 years ago, you elected me to be your sheriff. In the past 3.5 years, my team and I have removed hundreds of thousands of dollars in drugs from the county's roads. We increased the presence of deputies in all of our communities across the county, and we've kept an eye on your tax dollars. Today, I'm asking for your vote to keep the progress going. We've made a big dent in crime, but we still have a lot of work to do. When you go to the polls this August, choose John Myers for sheriff, and let's keep Lawrence County America's best county to live in. Ad paid for John Myers for sheriff.
It's time for some straight talk about zero-turn mowers. Husqvarna's zero-turn performance mowers with rugged commercial drive give you high performance and a comfortable ride. Heavy-duty frame and chassis and commercial hydraulics take no punishment. With warranties now up to 5 years and low financing options, there's no competition. For a straight-up deal on the best in professional zero-turn mowers, go straight to your Husqvarna dealer.
This is the xSports Network.
And back here at Denver Trapp Field, Summertown trailing Spring Hill 4-3 here as we head to the top of the 5th. A new pitcher into the game here for Spring Hill is we know his number's number 29. His first name is Chris. We're just working on the last name, and it is Chris Gilbert that is now into the game here for Spring Hill. Another left-handed pitcher here for the Raiders.
If Jake Smith can't get something started here.
Jake Smith will lead things off here for the Eagles. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout swinging and tap to the first baseman. First pitch from Gilbert. This one is lined up the middle. Good play there by the second baseman. Throws over to first, but it is wide, and Jake Smith reaches on an infield single here to start off the top of the 5th inning. And we'll now bring up the designated hitter, Zach Staggs. 0 for 2 with the pair of strikeouts. Another leadoff hitter reaching base here for Summertown. They've only made one of these work so far, and that was a Grayson Burleson 3-run shot down the left field line. Staggs now the cleanup hitter here for the Eagles. Looks like he's going to bunt. Pulls it back. Swing and a miss, and it's foul back for strike 1. Kyle Woodridge went 4 innings, gave up 3 runs off 2 hits, walked 5, and struck out 9. Nothing boring on that stat line.
No.
Jake Smith with a okay lead over at first, not real big.
Yeah, we've been cautious with these left-handed pitchers.
Now Gilbert's going to throw over.
Oh, we see his move. Look, come on, Jake. You can add a step right there, I think.
Yeah, looks like he telegraphed it a little bit, but sometimes that's by design.
Just a setup.
Yeah, you have a setup move, and then you got the real one. Smith with about the same lead as Gilbert gets a sign and comes set. Staggs, and now Gilbert's going to throw over. That looked more like the real one there.
Yeah.
He looked like he was leaning towards home and threw a quick one over there to first. It's one thing if you're going to be a left-hander, if you got to have a pretty crafty move. If you can throw really hard on top of that, you got a lot of good tools. Here's the 0-1. Staggs sends this one into left field, and that's a base hit. So the Eagles with back-to-back hits here to start the top of the 5th inning. And that's going to bring on the left fielder and Weston Pigg. Pigg 0 for 1 in the game, walked in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 3rd. So, new pitcher into the game here for Spring Hill, and Summertown taking advantage with back-to-back singles.
Do what Coach Bartison's going to do here. Pig's no outs, runner standing at first and second. And Pig's got some pretty good speed, too, so let's see what he decides to try here.
And Pigg, and he gets hit on the back leg, and they're going to say that he was around there, so that's going to be a strike or a foul ball.
That's a tough position. That was a breaking pitch come in on him. He was around there, but he pulled the bat back against him, but he never got it back. Yeah. So, I can see both sides of that.
It's a different.
He's one that really squares when he tries to bunt, too.
Wasn't much argument from Weston on that play. As Gilbert comes back set here. And here's the 0-1. And that ball's bunted, and a good play there by the third baseman. They throw over to second base for the double play. So a bunt line out double play, and we have 2 gone here in the top of the 5th inning. And that will now bring on Kane Kenning. And the first pitch from Gilbert, this one's hit high in the air, but that might get down, and it does. Heading now over to third.
He's in there.
He is in there, so we now have the runners on the corners, and that one did not miss by much on the play. And we've got runners on the corners.
Been pretty aggressive with some base running there. So Jason's going to get a courtesy for Kane. This will be Aiden McMullen coming back out for him. Courtesy for your pitcher.
Aiden McMullen coming back in for the courtesy, to be the courtesy runner again.
It's one of them that I guess, AJ, it goes in the book as a line drive single. Nobody else sees it.
Looks good in the book, right?
Yeah. Didn't look very good for me standing up here, but make sure I tell everybody on the radio. It did get down. That is a hit, but it wasn't much.
That will now bring up Bradley Weisner here with a chance to knock in a run to tie it. Tying run on third, go ahead run on first. And they're going to try this. He should have just taken off for second.
Yeah, I don't know why he come back to first.
And I believe the ball was in the dirt there for ball 1.
Yes, it was.
A lot of wild action going on here in this. Basically, in the last 3 pitches, we've had a lot of wild action. Runners on the corners, 2 out here for Weisner. Counts at 0-1-0. The delivery from Gilbert. Weisner going to send this one over to short. His throw over to first is in time, and that will end the inning. So Gilbert gets out of the jam for Spring Hill. They lead at 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning here on the xSports Network.
No matter what it is that you like, take those things, translate it into an academic degree.
It's the best thing probably I've ever done in my life, and my only regret is that I didn't do it sooner.
Getting this degree opened up doors that I didn't even envision would be open.
I'm so happy that I did it, and I think anybody that wants it should go for it. You will not regret it.
This is Chris Jackson with Tennessee Tech in Lawrenceburg. If you're ready to earn your degree right here in Lawrence County, come see us today.
Hi, I'm Mara Lerner, and I've had the privilege of living and raising my family in Lawrence County for years. I know how important our faith, schools, and community are to the success of us all. I believe wholeheartedly that proper planning and teamwork are the only way to achieve the quality of life that we desire here in Lawrence County. The Office of County Executive is instrumental in making all of this possible. And if you want someone who will continue to work tirelessly toward improving your quality of life here in Lawrence County, then I ask for your vote on August 4th for County Executive.
Hit a home run with the team at United Country Southern Tennessee Realty.
On the web, 931-321-8226.
Tommy Johnson, 931-722-4840.
Tyler Webb, 731-438-2084.
Travis Caldwell's 931-629-3033.
You're safe with United Country Southern Tennessee Realty.
This is the xSports Network.
And back at Denver Trap Field, part of the Lawrence County Invitational. Summertown trailing Spring Hill 4-3 here in the bottom of the fifth. Hayden Haney here leading things off for the Raiders. Takes ball one low and in. Haney 0 for 1 in the game, walked and scored a run in the first and then grounded out to second in the second. Next pitch from Kenning inside for ball two. Kenning, who's worked pretty efficiently ever since that first inning, at 25 pitches in the first, 14 in the second, 10 in the third, 11 in the fourth. Here's a 2-0. This one is sent over to Grayson Burleson. Nice diving stop over to Kenning. Steps on first, and that is the first out of the inning. I know you said he has an ankle problem. You can't really tell in this game with some of the scoops and big plays, and also a 3-run homer on top of all of that. And
well, if you notice right there, though, that it was one step and a dive after that ball. He's very mobile on his foot right now, but
might be feeling it at the end. At least it's cold outside.
Yeah.
Quint Miser up to the plate now for the Raiders.
He probably won't feel it till he gets home tonight and gets in the shower. Good hot shower, then it'll all come back and hurt.
Will swell up like crazy. Miser 1 for 2 in the game, an RBI double in the first, and flew out to the shortstop in the second inning. Next pitch is high and in for ball two. It's the Summertown coaching staff trying to line up their outfield. Here's a 2-0. High for ball three. And you can tell the left fielder and Pig is playing pretty much right on the left field line, and the center fielder and Gobble shaded towards the left center field gap, and the right fielder shaded towards the right center field gap. The 3-0 hit way high in the air, and that one's going on to the Lawrence County field. No gray hooded sweatshirts involved in this one, so everyone keeps the peace and goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. And here's a 3-1 delivery from Kenning. Hit high in the air. And Wisner tracking this one down and just can't get there in time with all the foul territory here. And the count goes full with 3 balls, 2 strikes.
It was actually a better breaking pitch by Kane there. It's kind of surprised me at 3-1 that Jason would call it, but that was his curveball. It had a little on it that time.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting a little stronger as the game goes on here. You can definitely tell by his pitch efficiency and his ability to get out of a couple jams here. It's the 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And the throw around attempt goes off the glove, but they're just excited to get him out here. The first strikeout of the game for Kenning.
That's a big one for him or them with Miser.
Coming up, that was against their best hitter, and what a great job there. Sometimes it's location and spin rate. And there's a lot of spin on that pitch there from Kenning. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. And his first pitch to Jake Tigler, the right fielder. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Tigler 1 for 2 in the game. Flew out the short in the first and singled in the third. And the 0-1. On the outside corner below for ball 1. Looks like everyone's settling in. Our umpires are as well. And here comes the 1-1. And the breaking ball is outside for ball 2. Another thing you got to look out for here, I know we've had some rain recently this week, but when the wind blows like this, the field can dry out in a hurry.
Yes.
Here's the 2-1. on the outside corner for strike 2. So even though it's a cold day, a ball can get down the line and get in that corner and get there in a hurry.
Well, I was looking for a flag. We don't have one here, but if you look at the pine trees and cedar trees out of left field, they're moving pretty good out there. Even our pitcher's shirt's flopping a little.
Breaking ball from Kenning. It's high and in, and the count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kenning trying to get his first 1-2-3 inning here. Out of the windup. And the check swing, and I cannot believe they're not going to
he don't even make a call. It's our umpire in the field has not made a call yet. He didn't even put his hands out of his pocket.
Tigler works the walk there and was very close on that swing. Could have gone either way, but you at least got to check it. And now we catch Jason Burleson. Go out here and talk with this pitcher.
I don't know if this is a pitcher conversation or an umpire conversation. We're going to kind of see who he's looking at when that happens.
Sometimes you pull the Jim Leland and you talk to the umpire by talking to your pitcher.
Yes.
Nothing like a good deep rabbit hole dive on a Jim Leland ejections on YouTube. That will.
That's sure. Yeah, I've seen Jason go out at this time. A lot of times, if a home plate umpire is giving him trouble, he'll go out and he'll conversate with his pitcher till the umpire comes, and he'll tell the player, "All right, let me know when he's coming." So as the umpire gets there, it's like he's ignoring him. He'll just turn his back to him and walk off like he was never there. Just kind of a don't talk to me type deal. But his brother's worse than he is with it. Greg's bad about it on the softball field over there.
Cole Taylor, designated hitter, now due up here, 0 for 2 in the game with a pop-out foul territory in the first and grounded into a double play in the third. First pitch from Kenning, high and away for ball 1. A lot of velocity, though, that time from Kenning.
Like you, I think he's getting a little stronger. Maybe he'll get settled in here.
Big lead over there, first from Tegler. Next pitch, fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Now the wind really picking up. You can hear it here in the press box. You can see it on the nets. Going straight out the right field. The 1-1. On the outside corner for strike 2. It looked good, and you got to wait for our man behind the plate to give us the signal. And maybe he's just trying to anchor himself in this wind. Doesn't want to get blown away. The 1-2 from Kenning. This one's hit high in the air into
Watch the wind right here.
And he makes the catch.
We'll go.
And that will do it. With 4-3 Spring Hills, we head to the top of the 6 here on the xSports Network.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Hey, I'm David Morgan, Republican candidate for Lawrence County Executive. Being born and raised right here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, I'm a Wildcat, all the way to the core. We've got children that play basketball, football, baseball, and I just say, tonight, I'm going to take off my hat, I'm going to put on the blue and white, I'm going to say, go Eagles, because you know what? All of us Lawrence Countyans, we're one, and we're cheering you on, Summertown. Give it all you got. Hope you come home with a victory. Represent us well. God bless you guys.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
This is the xSports Network.
Back at Denver Trap Field, part of the Lawrence County Invitational. We head to the top of the 6th here. Summertown trailing Spring Hill 4-3. 8-9-1 due up here for the Eagles as the third baseman Matthew Luffman takes the first pitch for strike 1. Harrison Gobble, the center fielder, due up after that, and then Grayson Burleson after that in the leadoff spot. Here's the 0-1 from Chris Gilbert. Swing and a miss for strike 2 as Luffman went chasing that one. It's a hard thing for a right-handed hitter when you're facing a left-hander that has any sort of tail on any pitch. Looks good, looks like it's going to hit the outside corner and tails away. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Ball's dropped. Miser going to throw over to first, and that will be the first out of the inning. Gilbert gets his first strikeout of the game, and that will bring on the center fielder and Harrison Gobble. Gobble 0 for 2 in the game. Popped up to the pitcher in the second. Struck out looking in the fourth. 9-hole hitter here for the Eagles. Gilbert, the second left-handed pitcher here for the Raiders. First pitch, a breaking ball for strike 1. Gilbert here gets a sign, working out of the windup, the 0-1. Gobble going to bunt this one. It's in between the pitcher and first, and that one's going to get through, and he's going to reach first base. Miscommunication there between the pitcher and the first baseman and Hayden Haney, and now we got a runner on here for Grayson Burleson, who hit a 3-run homer in his previous at-bat. A controversial one. It hit something down the left field line, and umpires deemed it a 3-run homer. Gilbert here working out of the stretch for the second time today. His first pitch to Grayson. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. Gobble doesn't take off, stays on the base over there first.
Miser's done a really good job back there tonight. You know, we said something about it earlier, him keeping everything in front, and it stays with him when he does have to block it.
And they talk about it in hockey all the time, controlling the rebounds.
Yes.
He does a very good job about that behind the plate. The 1-0 from Gilbert. And Grayson sends this one over the third baseman's glove. That one's going to get into the outfield. Gobble going to make his way over to third. He's going to make it in time. Grayson's
going to go ahead and move on up to second.
And now we got runners in scoring position with 1 out. And Eagles trailing by 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. So, Gavin Burleson coming up to the plate here. 1 for 2 in the game. Sacrifice bunt in the first, a single in the third, and struck out swinging in the fourth. One thing about Gavin, he rarely gets cheated on a swing.
Notice he's a little closer to the plate right here too. I think he's starting to figure out this outside pitch is killing me. I'm going to do something with it.
Yeah, he is practically right on top of the plate as Gilbert comes set. And his first pitch to Gavin. And that one's going to get through. Harrison Gobble on his way home, and he's going to beat the throw. And that ball gets thrown away. Grayson's on his way home. The throw, that one gets away, and Summertown takes the lead off a 2-run wild pitch, a pair of errors, and they lead this one 5-4.
Hey, finally some of the luck falling our way. We ain't seen none of that this year.
That's a good old-fashioned, what they call a snowball fight.
Yes.
A lot of throws. They hit nothing, and Summertown takes the lead 5-4. So that was a ball that got through the legs of Miser. It's 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here, and Summertown just taking the lead at 5-4. The 1-0 from Gilbert. And Gavin going to send that one in between the shortstop and the third baseman. He kicks it off his shins. Gavin's going to take off for second, and he's in there. A 2-base hit there for Gavin Burleson. And the Eagles mounting a rally here in the top of the 6th as they take the lead.
It's one with your shortstop there. You know, he's doing everything he can do to get to that ball to back in it to cut it off. And goes off the heel of his glove and kicks away from the left fielder. So the shortstop ends up having to go almost to the foul line to get it. So
it's things that can, when you shade somebody sometimes and they hit it right where you're not,
yes,
sometimes that can hurt you. Jake Smith now up at the plate now. 1 for 3 in the game. First pitch is high and in for ball 1. Jake, who singled in his previous at-bat in the 5th inning. Trying to get an RBI here, or at least find his way on base. And the 1-0 from Gilbert. And Jake fouls this one out of play down right field. A big collection of cars down the right field line here. But so far, nobody's reached that.
That school bus backing up with the beeper on. I believe that's what he was aiming for.
Trying to tell him to quiet it down. We're trying to play a game out here. And the 1-1 from Gilbert. Smith fakes a bunt. That breaking ball is high for ball 2.
Yeah, I don't know. That's if that's a fake bunt with the way the third baseman was. I mean, he's on if he gets that bunt down, but now he has drew him in some. So
the first baseman now playing with his whole feet on the grass, takes a couple steps in. Third baseman not moving. The 2-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. After Kyle Woodridge gave up just 2 hits through 4 innings, Gilbert hasn't had as much luck, but not many hard-hit balls so far in this game outside of what Grayson Burleson did in the 4th inning. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. Second out of the inning, and that will bring up the designated hitter, Zach Staggs. 1 for 3 in the game, pair of strikeouts, and a single in the 5th. Actually, it was Woolridge that gave up that 3-run homer.
Yes.
Gilbert has given up. Sometimes it's just part of the game. Sometimes you give up some rockets that get hit right at guys, and sometimes they barely make contact and just find the right place. Here's the first pitch. This one's hit high in the air. Spring Hill and Miser makes an incredible diving catch. You won't see many as good as that one. And that will end the inning. A pair of runs off a wild pitch, and Summertown takes a lead from Spring Hill 5-4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th here on the xSports Network.
McMaster's Home Gallery, where you'll always get a special price every day. Shop their new showroom full of name-brand furniture, sofas, recliners, dining and bedroom suites, Serta bedding, lots of tables and chairs just to match your decor. McMaster's Home Gallery also has GE appliances. Stop by on Highway 43 in Loretto or call 853-6140.
Like you, our roots are in Lawrence County, providing banking for every stage of life since 1934. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank has been not just your bank, but also your friend, helping you with home loans, consumer and auto loans, and your everyday personal banking needs. Lawrenceburg Federal offers you a warm smile and personal experience, as well as the conveniences of modern-day online banking, mobile banking, and telebanking. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, your neighbor and friend, located at 118 West Gain Street, next to the courthouse.
Whether it's popcorn, biscuits, or automotive, you need the right ingredients to achieve the best results. Heritage Automotive is proud to serve our community with a continually growing inventory. We also help our community grow by contributing to a vibrant economy, which helps build schools. I'm Keith Durham, and I'm the General Manager here at Heritage Automotive, and it's my job to make sure that you're 100% satisfied. Heritage Automotive, your hometown Chevy, Buick, and GMC dealer.
AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the xSports Network.
And back here at Denver Trap Field, 2 runs in the top of the 6th inning. Summertown takes the lead from Spring Hill 5-4. Leading things off here for the Raiders, the shortstop, Jordan Zayden. Facing off of Kane Kenning here for the 3rd time today. He's 1 for 1 in the game, a walk in the 1st and then doubled in the 3rd. Kenning here out for his 6th inning of work. The first pitch, low and away for ball 1.
Yeah, I feel sure Kane here. Like I said, they've been buddies for years. I'm real sure he ain't going to get another fastball waist high. He just soon give him a walk as he had a double.
Especially after the last one he hit was hit hard down the left field line for a double. The 1-0. High and away for ball 2. Kenning, probably wanting to get the leadoff hitter here out, especially after his team just took the lead. Kenning working out of the windup, and here's the 2-0 delivery. On the outside corner for strike 1. Some action down in the Summertown bullpen. A couple guys warming up. And the 2-1. High and away for ball 3.
Need this lead off out right here, one way or another.
Don't want to give them any chance to tie the game after.
Yeah, up by 1. Let's get this lead off out and then work from there.
Get the momentum on your, keep the momentum on your side. Don't want to give it back to the other side. Here's a 3-1. And the umpire almost called that a strike, but calls it a ball. And Zayden works a leadoff walk, and that will now bring up the left fielder and Cooper Inch.
Like they're going to bring in a runner for Zayden here.
A pitch runner here for Jordan Zayden. Inch now, the right-handed hitter. And that will be Caden Jones, the pitch runner, with a pretty big lead over there first. Pickoff attempt is not in time, as Kenning now going to step back on the rubber. Kenning here comes set. And the first pitch. High and in for ball 1. Kenning comes set again. Runner takes off. That's a strike. The
He's
throw
out.
In time.
Oh!
They're going to call him safe over at second base.
No,
And Jason Burleson is not happy.
No.
Not happy at all with that. Looked like he was out from here, and now Jason Burleson is making his way, and he is not happy.
Yeah, I don't know what he's seen right there, but
he looked pretty out here from a distance.
Yes.
It was even an awkward slide to avoid it, and Jason Burleson is giving him an earful. You can hear him say,
well, the bad
"Not
part
even
is
close."
if you go back to Spring Hill, we go 10 innings with them, and their tying run, this is exactly what happened.
Now Jason Burleson's letting the home plate umpire tell him to get a second base umpire in line.
Yes. But
that was a great throw there by Wisner, and Grayson Gavin there at short, made a good tag, and it looked pretty obvious from here. Here's a 1-1. Thrown away, Wisner with the back pick, and Gavin awkwardly falls on top of the runner by accident. Everyone's okay. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. I think that might be the fastest I've seen Jason move. I mean,
that was almost a run.
That was
the speed walk out there.
It's like a strut. I mean,
yes.
big long strides. Kenning comes set, and the 2-1. Blown away for ball 3. Counts 3 balls, 1 strike. No outs here. Runner on second. The tying run on second. Go ahead and run here at the plate for Spring Hill. Wind's starting to pick up a bunch now. Blowing straight out the right field. And the 3-1. Fouled back. And the count goes full of 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitcher in the bullpen for Summertown now picking up the action. And the full count delivery. And that's blown away for ball 4. So now 2 on here with no outs, and bring up the third baseman, Garrett Traffison. Jason Burleson now going to make his way out to the mound. And we might be making a pitching change. And we will be. We'll have a new pitcher coming into the game here with 2 on, no outs in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Big Keegan McCafferty coming in too.
Keegan McCaffrey. We'll have that when we return here on the xSports Network.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
This is the xSports Network.
And back here at Denver Trap Field, new pitcher in the game, Keegan McCaffrey for Summertown. Comes in with a pair of runners on and no outs here in the bottom of the sixth inning. There is a 2-hour time limit, so more than likely this is going to be the last inning of the game. So whatever happens here, we either have winner either way or a tie. First pitch from McCaffrey, low for ball one. The rules is you can't start another inning after 2 hours. So this is more than likely it, unless we see the fastest inning in that 2 inning and a half of baseball you've ever seen. But yeah, you never know. McCaffrey comes set, and the 1-0 on the inside corner for strike one.
Yeah, I will. Keegan's kind of one of them soft throwers, too, got a good breaking pitch, and he's come in and done well against teams. They've struggled with him, but those Canes standing about 5 foot in the grass. He did go to third, take Matthew Luffman's spot.
McCaffrey comes set. Runners take off. This one's hit high in the air to center field. That one's going to get down. No one's going to advance, and the
throw in hit the runner.
Yeah, throw in hit the runner there. And that is a single, and now the bases are loaded with no outs here for Davin Miles. Miles, who has reached base twice, both with hit by pitches. We got a pitch runner now coming in for Traffison. Over there at first. Spring Hill now with 5 hits in the game. Now the infield going to play in here for Summertown. Outfield, normal depth. And the first pitch from McCaffrey on the outside corner for strike one. Assistant coach Wes Long in the dugout telling his outfield where to play, and his infield as well. As Miles, the left-hander, steps back in. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, and that one's going to get away. Runner's going to come on down to score, and Spring Hill ties the game up at 5. So the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike, and now Davin Miles has a chance to give his team the lead. A 5-all tie here. Miles steps back in. Infield still playing in for Summertown. McCaffrey working out of the windup. The 1-1. And it's a pitch out, and they got it.
Oh, Bradley
throw it away.
Spring we had him.
Score the run. Everyone advances, and you're right, they did have him, and that's going to be the end of the game. A throw
that's
away.
Ball game.
And Spring Hill's going to pick up the win here, 6-5 in 6 innings. What a wild
Well, there we are again, AJ.
Sequence of
This is the way our games have been ending the last 3 or 4. This is what we've been getting. So,
final score here from Denver Trap Field. Spring Hill tops Summertown 6-5. Summertown now 6-8 on the year. Spring Hill now 11-4. Next game here for the Eagles will be against Richland. That will be in about 15 minutes, and that will be next here on the xSports Network.
This is the xSports Network.